Imagine all your audio entertainment available in just one place. That's what the Audible app is all about. With Audible, you can always find the best of what you love or discover something new. Audible has an incredible selection of wellness titles and originals, like The Light Podcast by Michelle Obama, Work It Out by Mel Robbins, and Confidence Gap by Russ Harris. Membership includes access to Audible originals, podcasts, and tons of audiobooks that you can download or stream as much as you want. And as an Audible member, you can choose one title per month from an ever-growing catalog of titles to keep. The Audible app makes it easy to listen anytime, anywhere, whether you're traveling, working out, doing chores, wherever your day takes you. New members can try Audible now free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/motivation or text motivation to 500-500. That's audible.com/motivation or text motivation to 500-500 to try Audible free for 30 days.
The weather is cooling down a bit. The leaves are starting to fall. Yes, it's that time of year again. Football season. And we all know the best part of any game day traditions are the ones that involve food. There's nothing like having everyone in your game day crew coming together to bring their best bites and argue over whose family makes the best chili. And while there's no need to mess with the perfection of game day classics, like a freshly grilled Oscar Mayer hot dog topped with Heinz ketchup and mustard, it's always fun to step out of your comfort zone and get creative with your recipes. Because there's nothing more fun than adding to your list of game day traditions, like making a creamy and delectable queso dip with Velveeta cheese that can be eaten with so much more than just chips. Now is the chance for people across the nation to find out whose game day eats reign supreme. It's your turn to show off your tasty game day food traditions. Go to www.gamedayfoodtraditions.com to share a photo of your game day food tradition to enter to win $10,000. Once again, that's www.gamedayfoodtraditions.com to enter to win $10,000.
This is Full Change with Tom Laidlaw.
Well, Tom, we have a bad man on today. We have on a Stanley Cup champion, New Jersey Devil, and a guy who's probably in better shape than you are today. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's true.
We're going to do a push-up contest later.
No, I don't know. We have Krzysztof Oliwa on today.
Krzysztof, how are you?
Good. How you doing, guys?
Yes, I'm glad I didn't play against you. You were one bad boy. How many years did you get in the NHL?
If there wasn't for the locker, there would have been 10.
Okay, good. That's good.
I retired earlier due to injuries and things. I probably could have still played a couple more years or so, but I had a lot of injuries. Started in 2000 and blowing my knee out. I broke my femurs in the half. It's like, so I played through a lot of pain for next 5 years and just kind of come to the point that I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, that's the part, right? When the pain does go away. If you get hurt one time, that you know it's going to heal and go away, that's fine, but keep getting hurt all the time. So where'd you grow up there? Where's home?
Well, I grew up in Poland, growing up in a small town here. Play as a local team, play soccer at the same time, and play with Maurice Czerkowski. Me and Maurice were on the same team, and both of us made it, after the NHL. I had the opportunity to be here. It was kind of for fun, and then just at some point you got to decide, okay, I'm going to play soccer, I'm going to play hockey, right? So I think I quit hockey 3 times throughout my life when I was a kid. Because I always wanted to play soccer. But first the soccer was like, I want to be the striker. Then I was kind of growing so fast. I'm like, okay, I'm no longer the quickest guy with the feet. So let me play defense, right? Next thing you're like, oh, Krzysztof, maybe you should be a goalie. I'm like, this is no fun, right? Because I was 6'5", and can't say I could jump high ever. So that didn't work out. So I said, you know what? I think I'm a much better hockey player. I kind of stuck to it.
Good. Now, you weren't a fighter when you were a kid, were you?
No. I've growing up, always played on those regional, let's call them the teams, district teams. Then I played for the Polish national team, U16, U18, U20. I was a captain of the teams a couple of times. And I always want to play in Germany or somewhere and learn German, fairly good enough to communicate with people. And one of those tournaments in Zug, I was there with the U20 team. One of the coaches approached me. His name was Mike McNamara. He was Canadian. He worked with the Zug team, the pro team there, with the junior team and the top team. And they invited me skate a couple of weeks later to join the team to see if I can play the junior level. And obviously I came in and they're like, Krzysztof, you're way too good to play the junior level. You have a potential to be an NHL player. I'm like, cool. I'm like, not exactly. Here I am, I was working coal mines for 3 years at the same time, 3 times a week. And then I kind of rotated to twice a week. And just, so you go to school, you work, then you do work for 3 days and just rotates through it, right? I did for 3 years, and I had a degree of mechanical mining machines at the end of the day. I was 18. So I told a story to the coach. He goes, listen, skate with the first team, and they had like 5 Canadian guys that already play NHL, retired. And unfortunately, back in the days, it was very much different than it is today. They told me, so listen, since you're Polish, unfortunately, we cannot take you as an import, but we're going to try to send you to Canada, to a junior team. And if you don't make the NHL, you're going to come back as a Canadian junior hockey player back to Zug. But I was fine, right? I got my visa, for I think 7 days. Guy was asking, like, why you want to go to Canada and play hockey? Like, I don't think there's ever a single Polish hockey player applied for hockey in Canada.
Probably true, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just, so that didn't exist. I'm like, I say, listen, you want to go try it? Why not? Land in Toronto, never look back.
Did you speak English at that point?
No, I did not.
Oh.
Yeah, so it was difficult.
Where'd you go play junior?
I played junior for Welland Flames.
Oh,
that was the Welland Canadians. It's the golden shoe hockey, whatever you call it.
Golden horseshoe.
Yeah. Yeah. So we had a great team. G. Sabuco was the GM. I was like the most targeted guy there is. Yeah. Like, it's insane. I never fought in my life, and, got hurt. Just look at my shoulder at the end of the season as well. Had a surgery. But I had a good season. We lost in the finals to team from Hamilton. And also, it was great, but that was definitely difficult not to be able to speak English, which I did learn. Went to school, went to English second language classes after school, and I basically went home and watched TV and tried to read books and try to translate everything I can, because it's just it's a lonely time when you don't understand.
Yeah, that takes a lot of courage, right? To come from another country, not speak the language. You're going to play junior hockey. Everybody's happy you haven't fought before. Wow.
It was tough.
Yeah, Tom still struggles with the language, and he grew up in Canada.
Tom, I got to have a bigger chair here. It's just so short. I got a brand new chair. It's a big day here at the studio.
It's a big day. I feel big. I got to be up to your height and Krzysztof's height. But then Krzysztof gets drafted by Lou Lamoriello.
Yeah, I was drafted third round by the Devils.
So you were playing with Welland at the time when you were drafted?
Yeah, I got drafted for junior B. Yeah.
Wow, just so people don't know. Usually the players that are drafted at least that high are drafted from the major junior leagues or college hockey or European. So to play with that junior B, that you get in the third round, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but the whole thing, before I even came here, actually, before I even really get out of Poland and wanted to play somewhere else, was in 1991. I believe there was a Lillehammer Olympics, right?
92.
92?
Yeah, that's the Forsberg gold Olympics.
Yes. So I never forget. Obviously watched every game, and Eric Rangers was on the team, and all the talking about how big and strong he is.
Right.
And I'm like sitting there, I'm like, all right, we don't have a Google, obviously, then, because it didn't exist. I pulled out the encyclopedia and looked up the feet versus centimeters, meters, whatever, and pounds versus kilos.
Right.
And I came to a conclusion, I'm as big as him.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
And listen, the light just went on, right? The light just completely went on, and ever since they just took it to the next level. I mean, I started doing things that normally you would never do it. Run couple 3 miles a day. I live in the 11th floor. I would just never took an elevator ever again for like almost a year or so before I came here. I done some stuff, that people thought was nuts. Because I tell them I'm going to play NHL one.
Okay, so that's what you decide. That's cool.
And when I came to Welland, guess what number I had?
Lindrosses?
88.
Nice.
When I had to eventually end up playing with the Rangers in 2002 or 3, I went there and protected Eric.
Oh, that's right. He was there. Oh, cool. Now, did he know that?
Yeah, I told him the story. He was just the coolest thing ever.
Let's go.
Like, you're the reason really when the light went on. I'm like, you know what? I can do that.
Yeah, that's cool. So you get drafted in the third round by the Devils while you're playing at Welland. Now, do you go to camp right away with the Devils?
Yeah, we went to the rookies camp,
right,
and then I remained with the big boys camp. Played a couple games, and I never forget. Jacques goes to me, "What's against the Islanders? Oh, you gonna play the first game against the Islanders?" I remember I played GMB.
Okay, so people, again, that's pretty important for people to recognize. So you go from junior B hockey, Canada, that's good hockey still. But now you're going right into the National Hockey League. Not going to the minors at all. You go right into the NHL.
No. So here I am. I'm putting the first game. It was the first game of the exhibition game. And Jacques goes to me on the bench. Only get out in the power play, right?
Yeah, was it the power play? Nice.
And I said to Nita, I'm like, hey, Nita, listen. Leave the puck behind the net.
Wait, so you're calling off Scott Niedermayer?
What? I said, Nita, leave the puck behind the net. I got it. And he looks at me. He's like, sure.
That's a great story. That's
I go, listen, I could skate straight line. That's not this, can't say I was too agile, but I could skate, right?
Yeah.
And picked the puck up. Almost didn't make it to the red line, but I did. I think got the puck in, and we got the power play going for maybe 10 seconds, chasing the puck.
Right.
Came back to the bench, and Jacques goes to me, Oli, if you ever touch the puck, ever on a power play, you will never play hockey. I'm like,
That's funny.
Great.
And ever since then, I took it so seriously. And I've played power play. I've got a couple goals on power through my career. I told the guys, listen, do not pass the puck to me. I'm going to be first in the corners. I'll be always in front of the net. I get the jump down the boards necessary, but I just don't want the puck.
That's funny. That is funny.
That sounds like what Herb Brooks told you, Tom.
Yeah, Herb Brooks, my first year or second year in the NHL, he had a big meeting. I've told the story so many times. It was a big meeting at center ice at the practice rink in Rye. And he's going around the whole team and telling them all their jobs. And he gets to me, he goes, Laidlaw, if you get the puck, give it to somebody else. You're not supposed to have it. It's funny when they first say that to you. You're kind of like, yeah. But then you look back at it, well, maybe that's what I needed to be told, right? In my case, it certainly was. Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're Hall of Fame coaches for a reason,
Yeah.
Dottlemeyer and Herb Brooks.
Well, I've been told many different things from many different coaches. It's just actually, but at first you just don't like it.
Yeah.
But when you really sit back and say, you know what? Okay.
Yeah.
I get it. As tough as it gets, the more I love it about it too. Prepare us mentally for the whole process. It is beneficial. Nowadays, can't say anything.
Totally. Yeah, I agree. Now, were you fighting at this point? Have you already started fighting?
No. I never did. And what happened was we played the second game I played against Harvard. And that was the way we played. And big Jimmy Mag was on the team, I believe.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting by Dano and by Kenny on the bench, and I'm like, who is this guy? Guy was scary. He was always don't ever look at him.
He wasn't.
I got it. I got it. I want nothing to do with it at first because I didn't, but led to realize very quickly that one thing is to be big guy, straight line guy, up and down guy, play physical, but at the end of the day, they wanted me to be, get the job done if necessary.
Right.
But this did not come till I got my ass beat up a couple of times in the minors.
Oh.
Still tried to be a player, still tried to be, the top guy. I really fought for a long time, for almost 3 years with Robbie Fedoruk, which is another different story to the whole thing. And one day I said to myself, you know what? If I'll go make it to NHL, okay, I'll go be the best at it. So I just started training summertime, 3 times a day. The third practice was always boxing. Just got obsessive compulsive with training. Robbie told me, you got to walk the railroads. So I started walking railroads for boundaries. It's insane stuff. I started doing powerlifting, some stupid weights, with pulling cars and stuff with one of my friends, Dyke, in, Dyke maybe. Have you ever met Dyke from Dyke Newton? He's an Albany,
I've heard of him. I don't know him.
He used to work with us at first when we got to Albany 93. So I have gone through some things that is just next level things, just to have an opportunity to make it. And then Robbie gets, promoted in his 4th year in the minors to the Devils. Rest in peace, Ren General and John Connell come in, both of them, rest in peace. And Oli, you're going to play with Patrick Elias and Peter Shikora line.
Oh, there you go.
I went from the crush line to the hash line in that summer. But I worked really, really hard for that. The first 3 years, I was quit. My daughter was born. I don't want to do this anymore. I started playing roller hockey. Luke come in the office and goes, Oli, what are you doing? I'm like, my daughter. My daughter's with me on my hands. I think she's 3 months old. I'm like, I got to take care of my daughter. And it was, he was just, let's resign this. Let's do this again. And I went to Albany, and I was voted by all the coaching staff from the whole different teams the most improved player in America.
Wow. Now, at this point, you're still not fighting, or are you starting to fight now?
Oh, at that year, in my fourth year,
Right.
I scored like with playoffs 21 goals. I had like probably 345 penalty minutes with like some 35 fights.
Okay.
So I was just basically just on a mission, you know. And I got called up for one game. Actually, two, but my equipment went the wrong way because no other stuff. They removed the tack from the back.
Yeah,
and I didn't.
Oh,
and we played Americans and landing JFK, whatever. We played at the island. My bag went to Montreal or something.
Oh, right. So that's interesting. So that delayed your NHL debut because your equipment went to the wrong city.
Yes.
You get a pretty colorful story, the stuff you've been through. Like, what is
and I ended up playing the second game against Buffalo on the first shift. I fought Bugner. On the second shift, I had from a cycle down low, I had a post on Hasek.
Wow.
And that was my game.
That's cool. Very cool. And so that was your entire NHL career in New Jersey then?
No. I was played the Devils, won a cup in 2000. Played for 3 years. I got traded to Columbus Blue Jackets after the cup. I blew my knee out right before the playoffs started with the Devils. And I recovered from it, got traded, signed a new contract with the expansion team. And 8 games in, I broke my humerus in half. I got can open in Detroit, going full speed up 2-on-2, tried to go wide on a guy, and basically tried to cut the puck in the net, and just, the boards are so close over there, back in nice. I went full speed first shift, third period, shot in my arm and a half. And so while getting rehab, when I was doing rehab in LA, found out from the ESPN sticker, Krzysztof Oliwa got traded to the Pittsburgh Penguins.
That's how you found out?
Yes, from the sticker. I had no idea. So then I played for the Penguins for Mario. Murray came back from retirement. He was looking for some big guys, so he got me, myself, Steve McKenna,
that's right,
Hanky Primo.
Right.
So we played for a couple of years. Then I ended up signing the Rangers. It was a big fiasco against Columbus in the last 3 seconds of the game. Fraser was the event with probably the other day. He was the referee.
Okay.
Harry Fraser.
We played Columbus, and I used to play for Columbus. I got traded because of my arm. So Tychy goes to me, Oli, you, Barney, and McCarty get out to kill it out.
So that's what Sandy McCarthy, Matthew Barnaby, and Krzysztof Oliwa. Oh, that's a line right there.
I changed when I was on the other team.
Hey, 3 seconds left.
Yeah.
3 seconds left. We lose in the game 6-3. What do you mean kill it off? So the way I look at it, and Fraser comes out to us. If you look at, you can Google this on YouTube, the fiasco, Rangers versus Columbus. The last 3 seconds, Fraser snapped the fingers, just like in a slap shot. You three do anything stupid. I would throw the books at you guys. I would suspend you. I suspend the coach. Oh, yeah. So anyway, make a long story short, I got 5 games.
Oh.
I got 5 games. I think McCarty only got $1,000 fine. I think Barnaby, I think, got 2 or 3 games. Tychy got 3 games. And the team got fined $50,000.
Oh, wow.
Oh, but again, if we didn't do nothing, because Sherry was running around after Malakov, like, you don't do anything, you don't have a job, you do something stupid, but you can't win. There's no win situation, right?
Yeah.
So we just opted to say, you know what? We said to Kenny, I'm like, do you really think we do anything? He goes, who's taking the face-off? I'm like, I am. I'm the best face-off guy.
It's funny to think about those seasons now, but when you're playing back then, like against the Flyers and stuff, if you get up 3 goals or down 3 goals and there's a face-off 3 seconds ago, you know what's going to happen. It's almost like you had to do it back then, right? Like you said, you had to send
always.
Yeah.
I mean, that was what I never forget. We played like, with the game got out of control a little bit. The last 10 minutes of the game, it's like the longest 10 minutes of your life.
Yeah, totally. Did you enjoy fighting once you got going?
You know what? I got really good at it, and what happened was, it's dangerous. Number one, I mean, I never wanted to fight. I was never the kid to want to fight.
Yeah.
Because was never me. I played, at the physicality level that is like borderline dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But I was still within the rules. Number one was, I played at 6'5", 245. My last year was 6'5", 255. I mean, so when you get it going, I mean, it's dangerous. Right? But I play within the rules. I think for the when, unless things gotta come true, obviously. In order to be a good fighter, or be able to go to sleep the night before, or go to sleep, get a nap before the game. You have to train to a point of no return. So, like, people still ask me today, Oli, who is the best fighter in the league? I'm like, me.
Yeah. You had to think that way, right?
You have to think like that. There's another way to do it. The moment you guess yourself, and there was a couple of times I guessed myself.
Yeah.
And a couple of times I got hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that hurt.
You really?
I've been on a pretty good roll, but I don't know. What do you think, Krista? Should I switch my hands today? Let's just try to reinvent the game, which there's no reason for it.
Right.
Just do what works. Don't try to reinvent it. So, I've never, I've trained so hard, especially after summer, that I feel I was invincible.
And that's the thing, too. And everybody loses fights. You could be the best fighter in the league and still lose, right? That's part of it.
Well, look at boxers. Mike Tyson got knocked out.
Yeah.
I've lost.
It's funny that you say you had such a cerebral approach to it, because we had on our buddy Darren Langdon, and he had no thought to fighting. He just went out and just fought without any strategy. Yeah. Then you probably fought Langdon a couple times, right?
Oh, yeah. We had a lot of long ones.
Yeah. That's the thing with him, right? He was smart. Yeah.
It was like, that was the thing I wanted to learn of, because he played the minors for the Bennington.
Yeah.
And he got always called up, like, it's done the street basically, right? So I'd have to watch it kind of, he had this 1 minute, 2 minutes fight. It's like, dude, you got to be in shape for that one, right? And he could a long time, yeah.
Well, he would really think, too, like, if I fought, it was more, I just get mad, throw punches for about 15, 20 seconds, then hold on, right? Other guys like yourself really had, it was okay, there's that first volley, and now, like with Langdon, it keeps going, like he wants you to get tired, so.
Yeah, well, Mike Sorley, another guy, yeah?
Yeah, I fought him his first year in the NHL. I didn't know who he was. We fought Pittsburgh. Actually, the video, there's a video on YouTube. It's pretty good. I did all right in it. But the problem with that is, you could live through this many times, where he knew that if he was going to play in the NHL, he had to fight pretty much every game. Yeah. So once I fought him, whenever he played against us, he'd come up to me all the time. He said, Laidlaw, let's go. And I said, listen, I'm not keeping you in the league. That's it. Yeah. You got your one shot. I'm not fighting you anymore.
I had it, we played against San Jose. I think it was San Jose. Yeah, San Jose. 97. I remember, forget the beginning of early in the year, I came out of penalty box. I don't know what transpired, couple shifts earlier. If you watch this video on YouTube, I came out of the penalty box, stake literally in a head high. Oh. No. Oh. He must have done something stupid. Something had to happen because, and ever since then, we kind of bottled through.
When I give Marty a lot of credit too, because like I said, when he first started, he couldn't play in a beer league. He couldn't skate out there. So he knew he had to fight to stay in the league. And then once he worked to be, like you did, he worked to become a player, but still kept the tough thing going too. Like he was a legitimate player that played power play, penalty killing, but still was that fortunate too. So,
Krzysztof, did you go with Domi a few times?
Oh yeah. So listen, this is the one. So when I played for the Wild Flames, okay, in 92, 93 season, my general manager, G. Sabuco, takes me to the game. We got the gold seats behind fellow Spotfin. This is my very first NHL game. I walked into the building. I'm like, wow, Jesus. We have never seen anything like this, right? Doesn't get any better than that. Old Metal's Garden.
Yeah. Oh, that was a great place to play or watch. Yeah.
Yeah. So there I see it. And they play San Jose Sharks again. And they don't really end up fighting some guy who ended up eventually fighting the minors a few years later. So he fights him, and there's a couple other fights. And Gene goes to me, my GM, he goes, only one day you're going to play him. I'm like, no, man, I'm ready. But if I'm going to do it, I make sure I go after Domi first shift. Fast forward now, 5 years later, I line up against Domi on a face-off. I think it was commercial. I said, Ty, listen, I got to tell you a story, man. He goes, Oli, I heard you crazy. I'm like, no, listen to me. Go listen to me, okay? 5 years ago, I sat behind the glass. So promise my GM.
You're talking to Domi while this commercial.
And a favorite. Yeah, and I was a commercial, yeah. I said, I promise my GM that, say nice to you, I'll kick your ass. He goes, you're more crazy than I tell you are, eh?
Oh, God. You know the worst thing about fighting him? His head was like a block, like a cinder block. Like I don't think I ever saw him get cut. I don't think ever, right?
Listen, I got in a fight in Jersey against him. I'm not kidding you not. My head was just a balloon up. It wasn't. Yeah. I couldn't even close my head, open my head. I had like my hand, and not just because of him, but on my hands generally.
Yeah.
Part of my day was watch TV, how my hands, the ice cubes, several times a day because I couldn't move my hand. It was horrible.
Well, that's the thing. You see the heavyweight fighters like yourself, they're pretty much all their hands are a mess. Yeah.
You know, it's people don't really see that. The fans never see that. You're at your house watching TV with your hands in ice buckets. I mean, that's like the sacrifice you make.
Yeah, ice buckets and the what do you call the oxygen peroxide.
All right, so your career comes to an end. All the injuries and everything finally pile up.
Well, wait, he has a great run though before he hangs up. He goes to Calgary and he come a game away from another.
Yeah, went to Calgary too. Yeah, went to Calgary. And so I got traded from Boston Bruins to after the fiasco. Got traded to Boston, and Robbie Fitter was the coach. So he calls me, and I forget it. He calls me about 5 p.m. on let's say Thursday. He goes, "Oli, we traded for you to come to watch Big Joe's back." I'm like, sounds good. The problem is
This is Joe Thornton for everybody. Joe Thornton.
Yeah, Joe Thornton. Yeah. The Rangers sent me to minors because I had a 5-year suspension, and because they went out west, so that might as well just play some hockey, right? So, but I was living in Jersey. So I was going back and forth from Hartford to New Jersey, 3 hours drive. I mean, not down the street, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? Mm-hmm. I get a call from Robbie at 5. He goes, "Oli, we're playing tomorrow in Toronto. Get on a flight, come here." Robbie, I'm in New Jersey. Okay, it's 6 p.m. I'll go get my stuff. I'll go get on a flight, like for the earliest flight. I'll hopefully get there by 10, right? So I get there. Didn't get any sleep because the flight was delayed or something stupid happened. Get to the game, and Robbie goes to me, right before we get on the ice, he goes, "Oli, can I see your sticks?" I'm like, "Robbie, would you leave my sticks alone?" Okay, like it's time, right? Like this is 9 years later. Okay, like and now the sticks, okay? Like just it's been working for me, the sticks. Takes all my 3 sticks before the game and breaks them. We thought here I'm going to ask to warm up. I'm like, "Robbie, what are you doing?" He goes, "Oli, do you think that Joe Thornton is a good hockey player?" I'm like, "Yeah, he's one of the best." So from this point on, we will use Joe Thornton's stick. I'm like, "Robbie, I don't even cut." He goes, "Oli, don't worry about it. You don't need it today. Just drop it." I had a one shift. He's like, "Rest in peace, Wade Belak."
Oh,
he goes, "You know what you got to do, right?" And I get it. And we had a great battle. Me and Wade, we had lots of fun.
He's a big boy too. Yeah.
It was good. And it was the funniest thing I ever heard. It was, "Oli, today you won't need it. Just drop it."
That's Robbie. I played with Robbie. I'm good friends with Robbie. He coached me in LA too, so I can see him say that. Yeah.
I saw Robbie at the Devils, the playoffs game. He was good.
So what happened to Calgary?
So, we didn't make the playoffs, the Boston Bruins, I believe. We made the first round and we lost to Ottawa, I believe, something along this way. We didn't make the playoffs, and then kind of cleaned the house, including Robbie. So anybody who Robbie brought, they kind of waived them or whatever. I don't know, right? Yeah. So they bought me out. So I became a restricted free agent. And so I call my agent. I'm like, "What's happening here?" Like I didn't know nothing about it. I'm like, "Oh, I knew my agent."
It's like Tom was an agent. That's what happened.
Yeah. And, I know one thing is if you, back in the day, I'm sure it's the same way nowadays. If you fire your agent, the agent has to send out faxes back then, obviously, right, to all the organizations that he's no longer representing you, right, so they all can contact you. So first call I got within minutes. Daryl Sutter calls me. "Oli, Daryl Sutter." He was straight to the point. He goes, "If I bring you here, what do we get? Because you're gonna get paid. So I'm not gonna give you money. Just give you the $550, whatever it is, right?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure. What do I get, Oli?" Well, I'll tell you what we get. I'm gonna lead the legal fights. And he goes, "Oh yeah? How are you gonna do that? Because you can't fight anymore at the end of the games." I'm like, "I know. They changed the rule because of me last year. I think you forgot."
Yeah, that's right.
He goes, "So what are you gonna do?" He goes, "We just go after the first shift after everything. Yeah, just make them be scared to play."
That's what he
What else again? I said, "We're gonna play for Stanley Cup, Game 7." He goes, "You've lost your mind." He goes, "But whatever you're saying, I'm buying." He goes, "Pack your bags, come in."
Wow.
I led the league in fights. We played Game 7, and we lost. We lost the double with T to Tampa.
Oh, that's right. That
Marty St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, that Guess who's on the ice? Iggy and Conroy. Two guys run the team now.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Wow. And Chris Simon, it was just puck didn't get in the zone. Chris Simon got tripped by defenseman. It's a short slew for penalty, actually. The puck goes down, puck doesn't get out, goes down, Stanley picks it up, shoots it on a bad angle, short side. And like keepers just like, and we're like, what just happened here?
Yeah.
And that forced game 7. Went to Tampa, usually worn out like June 8th or something. We played, Tampa swept, I think, they swept the Flyers the year. I think they swept a couple teams, or we've played like literally 6-8 more team games overall with overtimes. I think they switched starting. It's not an excuse. Then I had this inconclusive goal in game 6, which was not a nightmare. And I'll get to watch it, game 6 and game 7 because it became on the NHL all-time class.
Again, was on that team, wasn't he? Oh, yeah. Did he fight? Who did he fight in that series late? Did he fight?
He fought Lacavier.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Wow, the two superstars now.
Yeah, that was a good scrap. Both of them were big boys.
Yeah, that was awesome. We had a great team. We had a team that, we as a team went, lunches together. After the games, we went out. The wives went out. The girlfriends, whatever. We always kept together. So we had we didn't have, outside of Iggy maybe and Conroy, we didn't have many superstars that everyone brought the best to the table.
So was that it for you then? Once that series ended, you retired?
No, I came back to New Jersey. I signed 3-year contract with the Devils again.
Oh, wow.
And, unfortunately, there was a lockout for the year.
That's right. Yep.
Which messed things up. And I tried to play, and I heard something could pull my groin. I'm like, this is ridiculous. So I started training and stuff. And now the 2005-06 started. They implemented all the new rules and stuff with things. And I was just, not playing for a year. My body hurt. My body kind of, not playing, staying in the game for a season. It takes a huge toll on you as a player. When especially you're 6'5", 215.
Right. And you're older now, too. You're not 21 and 22 years old.
I was 32, 3 levels. And after 8 games, plus I was going through a couple of my personal stuff, I went to Lou and I told her straight up, you know what, Lou, I'm so grateful, for the opportunity, everything you've done, He wanted me to go to Albany and stuck it out, you know what I'm saying? I said, I just can't perform at the highest. I don't feel I can give you my 110%. I cannot focus anymore because of my divorce being gone for a couple of years now. And it just really, I wasn't the same player anymore. I felt like I'm cheating my team.
Sure.
Was the right thing to do? I don't know. Wrong thing to do? I don't know.
Well, that's probably why Lou brought you back, right? Because you were that kind of family guy that he liked.
Yeah.
That's the way Lou was, right? If you're part of his team, you're part of the family. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was committed to him, Yeah. And and then I never forget the two. I said to Lou, asked Lou one time, because I was still on the NHL contract.
Right.
I said to Lou, hey, Lou, do you think that you maybe remain with an organization? Anything. You know what he told me? You're not qualified.
He did say that? Wow. Oh, that's wow. That is, so people that don't know Lou Lamoriello, he's got a great reputation around the league. Yeah. But that's it. That's what he said. That's what he won't soften the blow. He'll just say it the way it is.
Yeah. And and I understand. And I took it to heart. I have completed 5 years, fifth level of certification of USA Hockey.
Wow.
I started my own USPHL Kalkaska Rhinos organization in Traverse City, Michigan, Kalkaska North. I did it for 4 years. And it's been grinding out this stuff, training kids. Now I'm working with, GDM Sports.
Let's talk about that a little bit, what you've done since you retired. Let's talk about those businesses.
So the GDM Sports, is that, you work with somebody else as a hockey advisor?
Yeah, so Dave Matchak, he's the founder of GDM Sports. He's been in business for, let's say, 16, 17 years. And he's always asked me, Krzysztof, you put such a hard work into what you do. Everyone's watch you, even on social media or see you train, posting stuff. I mean, you work, okay? And he started build a team from scratch in Michigan where, 80% of my players, they were international players, so try to recruit that. Start from nothing, right? So he always wanted me to work with him, and one day I will come saying, the COVID hit. I'm like, I got to reinvent this game here. Yeah. And because of the COVID, kind of really not necessarily forced me to it, but I took a look at it. I said to myself, so, you know what? Based on everything I know, because of being there, in all aspects of the game, I call the wheel of fortune, upside down, in and out, traded, release, bought out, wave, name it. Winning cup, losing cup, and the list goes on. There's a lot of things I would have done different myself personally if I had somebody who could help me, guide me through.
Yeah.
And again, listen, this is not about guarantees here. There's no guarantees in life, especially in hockey. I tell all my players, all my families, I say, listen, your son is a very much different player from the other kid. Okay, your son to success is going to be very much different than this kid. Now, every success is defined differently, right? Some kid's success maybe just playing junior hockey. Some kid wants to play just to make an NHL. Some kid wants to win 5 Stanley Cups. So, we just try to help them going through it, being the mentors. I try to lead by example, by always staying in shape and grinding on myself. Don't feel like doing it half the time because I'm paying, but it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. Like teaching them that discipline, right? Because the motivation comes and goes, this. But if you got discipline, you get up at your certain time in the morning all the time and you get your work done. And like you said, even if they don't make it in hockey, it helps them with the rest of their lives too. It's a great lesson for them to have that discipline to be successful.
Yes. And that's exactly my message to the players. I've trained kids now. I mean, I had a boy show up yesterday, 10 years old. And I said to him, I'm like, 10. How old are you? He was 10. When did you start playing hockey? He goes, I was 3. Oh, I said, okay. So what are you going with the whole hockey thing? He goes, I don't know. Okay, give me 20 push-ups. So he gets in 20, gets up, goes, so what are you going with the whole hockey thing? I want to be a good player. Okay, give me another 10.
I know where you're going.
Yeah. And then he goes, I want to be a professional hockey player. Okay, you get in there. Give me another 5.
Right.
Then he goes to me, all right, I give up. I want to play NHL. That's right.
That's good. That's a good way to teach it.
Right? Yeah. But give me another 5 so you understand why you want to play NHL. He gives another 5. He goes, because I want to win a Stanley Cup. That's right. And what are you going to do when you win a cup? I'm going to win the second one.
Good. Good job, Tanner.
5 minutes conversation. The father comes in. I said, tell your father where you going to play one day and why. He was mind blown. Because that's what happens. Like, like I started skating, I think it was like 8. So very late, obviously, right? I never forget that we had we were sitting on a bench. You get the very first jersey, the old wool jersey, this old school.
Yeah.
You got the helmets, gloves. So we had no equipment or nothing, just sitting there. And our coach came in front of us and he said to us, you guys look like a bunch of NHL players. And we had no idea what NHL is.
Right.
Let me tell you something. It really opens your mind to other possibilities.
Yeah.
So I believe in that. I tell the kids all the time, listen, if you truly want to make it, I believe you can. Why? I made it. If I can make it, you can make it. You guys have anything you could possibly imagine to be successful.
It's good you do other kids. I believe in that totally too. I remember myself coming up when they started telling me, a scout first told me when I was like 14 or 15 years old. Actually, he was telling my parents that I could play in the NHL. I remember hearing that. And I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, listen, you've had a heck of a journey from Poland, all the things you've done coming over to North America and not being able to speak English. So you are a good example for the kids to understand that, listen, if you work hard enough at it, you can play in the national hockey, or you can do anything you really want to do in life if you work hard enough at it. So thank you very much for coming on the show, Krzysztof.
Anytime. Say hi to my boy, Mark Potevnik.
Oh, that's right. You see, buddy. Yeah, Marky.
Next time I'm going to be shirtless too.
That's like Tom.
And we're the sandals too, yeah.
We're 2 of us. We go and start posing.
Yes, we should do that. You know what? We should do that.
Yeah, but you know what? The funny thing is, I have to get more tan though.
So I know, yeah.
But we need to know, where's the ring?
You know what? I gotta have to get fixed. I dropped my ring. Yeah, no, I had it. I was actually, no, it wasn't even me. Somebody shot the ring. I put it out of his hand so hard. He tried to pull it off. I haven't saved. And tried to pull it off and just flew across the thing and hit. And the logo, the Devils logo, it's just popped. So it's easy fix because it's got like prongs in it. But the place is in like what a place called by metals over there, like North Jersey. And I'm like, procrastinating for the past year or so, but I gotta make it one day because I know the guy I'll fix it. Krzysztof just come in and just have not made it yet. So,
And Krzysztof, people could follow you on Instagram, correct?
Yeah. My Instagram is the Oliwa Shred Zone, just like that. It's more personal. I kind of make sure of everything. But it really shows you like kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis. Like from here, for example, I'm going to change. I'm kind of already change. Just take a different tea. I'm going straight to the gym. After that, I'm come home, have a lunch, and I'm going straight train my kids. And meanwhile, I'm going to call all my clients, whatever I need to work with. During the summer, to help them with the placement, team placement, stuff like that. A lot of teams closing the rosters and stuff. But it's a grind.
Good job.
The next time, no shirts, tarps off.
That's right. Let's do that, dude.
That'd be so fun. Can you imagine? All three of us.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. When they get talked now, we're like, oh, you no shirt too. Yeah.
There we go.
All right, Krzysztof, it was great to meet you. Great talking to you. Thank you very much for calling.
Nice, Krzysztof.
Thank you so much for the invite.
All right, brother. Bye-bye. Good job, brother.
All right. Well, Krzysztof Oliwa, Polish Rifle.
Polish Rifle was his nickname?
Yeah, it wasn't like Polish Power. You know who Polish Power is growing up in the 70s, right?
No.
Ivan Putski, a wrestler. You weren't a wrestling fan?
I was a little bit, but yeah, Andre the Giant used to hang around. There's some old pictures of us with Andre the Giant.
Oh, really? We gotta dig those up. Well, all those Canadian wrestlers, the Hearts and all those guys, that's
Camp Connor was friends with Rowdy. They're like best friends.
another Canadian. That's right. Oh, yeah, Camp Connor we're gonna have on too. But yeah, that's right. They were best buddies growing up, right? But Oliva, yeah, he looks like a wrestler.
Yeah, he it's one of those things I'd spoken to him once. He didn't remember it on a plane. So everybody has a reputation, right? And
Sure.
not usually accurate, but his reputation was just a nutcase. When you saw him play on the ice, that's what you thought of him. But very thoughtful guy. He talked about how hard he worked to get to the National Hockey League.
Sure.
And coming from Poland into Canada, not being able to speak the English language at all, by really not knowing what was going on. He wasn't a fighter.
Yep.
Getting picked on all the time.
It's amazing because you have like Zuccarello came from Norway and Kopitar came from Slovenia, but you have two guys at the same time and they're buddies growing up. Yeah, Cherkowski and Oliva making NHL from Poland, which is crazy.
Yeah, very cool. Good guy. He's
Yeah, it was a good story. Good chat, and he had some funny stories. But yeah,
and you know what? First show with the new chair. The producer now has a new chair, so it's the first show. It's kind of like
it's a little squeak. Our budget hasn't increased, so we're able to get a chair.
We get the WD-40 out there.
That's it. We'll get this less squeaks last time. But yeah, great show.
All right, Grasshoppers. Thank you for listening. We had a fantastic show. We'll see you next time.
Schwab Trading is now powered by Ameritrade to give you a new, elevated trading experience tailor-made for trader minds. Go deeper with Thinkorswim, the powerful, award-winning trading platforms now at Schwab. Unlock support from the Trade Desk, our team of passionate traders who live and breathe trading like you do. And sharpen your skills with an expanding library of online education crafted just for traders. All designed to help you trade brilliantly. Learn more at schwab.com/trading.